You guys remember this? This was the original announcement of the ending of Future Card Buddyfight, a game made by Bushiroad that was right there with Card by Vanguard, or at least we assumed. Well, it unfortunately died around 2020, like right before the pandemic happened, or rather, in the start of it, pretty much. And it was a sad day for a lot of people, and there were a lot of feelings that coincided with the ending of Buddyfight and whatnot. But one thing for sure is that Buddyfight was still being played by other people. I mean, there's still to this day Japanese tournaments for Future Card Buddyfight being played every once in a while, right? If Fire Emblem Cypher can still have tournaments, I think Buddyfight can have too. But there was also another region of the world which was actually getting a lot of love for Buddyfight, which was, well, the Thai region, or I guess I'm not exactly sure what to exactly call it, but I'm just gonna call it Thai for the THAI for the benefit of the video, because I've completely forgot to research what exactly the region is. But so they've been still printing out Buddyfight product over and over there in the Thai region, and they love it so much. They have decided, which this was already announced, and I waited until more information came out, but today is the day, that as of probably when this loads up, around April 21st, they officially announced, and if we update it, Thailand Buddyfight. That's it, Thailand. I'm sorry. I apologized earlier. This is already messed up. This is already a scuff now. I'm sorry. But Thailand Buddyfight will officially be switching to a new regulation after the next the final set of Future Card Buddyfight that was ever released. So they officially announced that April 21st that they were going to continue the game past the point in which the English and Japanese game ended. So effectively is a reboot. They effectively hit a reboot in a whole different country. Now, originally I was like, yeah, I gotta make a video of this. But I was like, no, I'm just gonna wait a bit, see what cooks up. And a couple days ago, this image came on screen, which was revealed, which is the Thailand, which is a sleeve, and we'll see that later, of the brand new supposed Buddyfight reboot. At the time, we didn't know what it was doing, but as of today, a official thing had come up and finally revealed that I have a full translation over here, but the official thing is Future Card Buddyfight New Drive is the name of the reboot / continuation of Future Card Buddyfight. Right here they have a brand new card that actually a artwork for an upcoming unit, which we'll also talk about, and our upcoming creature, which is on its way. And yeah, they officially announced it. This got technically leaked because it's not officially supposed to be announced until September or October that this is going to happen. But let's actually look more about the details. So this is a translation from one of the Discords. So officially, it is meant to debut during a major tournament in October this year. So the official debut is not until October, but it kind of got leaked out from stores in Thailand. So the card backing will have a new design, so it'll be a brand new backing. Like for example, you've seen I've talked about Buddyfight, right? They have new backings for each other. The Vanguard cards for G had backings for Strides and G Guards as well. It's not like it hasn't done before, but it's going to be officially done to Buddyfight in the same way, more so akin to Buddyfight. The card center will have an ND for it, like V or B or Overdress or any other new format or game. New cards by Thai illustrators, so they're going to have new artwork. This is a whole, to put it simple, a whole reboot, a whole remake of the game, a whole recontinuation we are doing a rotation, very much how we was, pretty much. And we'll see that there. More importance given to the Buddy Zone. Added a Buddy gift card, which makes Buddy Call more than just a 1 life plus. So if you don't know how Buddyfight works, when you call your buddy, it's very similar to like a, what's it called? A commander in Magic, or the deck leaders back in like the Yu-Gi-Oh! Like spinoff, where it's like, yeah, you get this card that when you play it, you basically you get a special like ability with it, and the whole time Buddyfight was 1 life. Why they're changing or like adding something more to the zone is more so because, well, again, if you haven't played, the 1 life edition eventually just kind of got outscaled and outdated. The real thing is just, as power peak went more and more, that 1 life didn't really mean anything, where by the tail end of Buddyfight's lifespan, decks were literally comboing to make sure they went over pretty much 30 life, or they had just straight up a lot of near unguardable formations that were just pretty hard. And even if you did guard them, you still have Final Phase, where there are cards like Thunder Dragon Empire, which could literally just delete 20 life off of you if they just play right, which was insane. So yeah, it's like it needed a change in that system. So I think this is gonna be a good choice to probably make it scale better for the rest of the game's lifespan, which is good. A game mechanic overhaul, rules and 1 for all formats will be incorporated. So for those of you who don't know what 1 for all is, it's a specific format in Thailand Buddyfight, which is effectively a event limited format. They apparently tried this out last year, like earlier this year, about it. So going back to it, example, gauge order will be changed, hand size limit, and Buddy Zone stand. According to this, if you go look at the Taiwanese rules, you may Buddy Call any number of times per game. When you stand your field cards during start phase, also stand the cards in your Buddy Zone. You cannot use counter during the start phase. When changing cards into gauge, you may only put them on top, +5. When playing gauge, you may only play in order from top to bottom. So it basically means, like, if we go back to the thing, gauge order, it basically means now you have a set order. So you can't just like shoot, if you put like specific cards in gauge, you have to like actually put them on top, and you have to actually remove them. So there's just a set order to it. You can't just move random gauge or like something else there, right? You have to go from top down, pretty much. No ban restrictions yet. Doesn't really matter. 40 or more cards in main deck, exactly 25 cards in lost decks. There's no idea whether or not they're going to even incorporate the lost deck, but who knows what's going to happen there. You may put 4 copies of your main buddy in your deck, and 2 copies of your secondary buddy in there as well. Now, this might, from what I've heard, this is more so a rule for like decks that are, different than just, that have more than one buddy, right? So kind of like the, I forgot what deck it is. But there's also like a, there are decks that have like 2 buddies that you can actually have because they combo with each other. So there's actually something like that. Any other cards in the deck cannot be repeated, only 1 copy. So it effectively is a Highlander format, which is why the lost deck has 25 cards, because outside of your buddy, you're effectively in a lost zone. We have no idea if it's going to still be a Highlander type of deck format with that coming into New Drive, but that is just kind of like the basis that we know is coming. The gauge order, the hand size limit, which it doesn't tell you, but the hand size limit is actually 8 cards. Another thing that happened at the end of Buddyfight, which pretty much was, you drew so many cards that it just became ridiculous. Your hands were so big. And unlike Vanguard, where you need that big hand to guard for effects, your hand is kind of pretty irrelevant in Buddyfight in terms of like, not irrelevant, more so like it's not as, you know, you don't need all those cards, right? So it's not like you get punished for drawing too much effectively. That's kind of just the basic. Whether that's good or not will always depend on, you know, one, who you are as a player, and two, how the game like develops based on that. Products will start with Trial Decks TD01, TD02, Dragon World, Danger World, following up with a booster set BT01. Further details will be announced. This was sneak peek news for the shops. You know, and also the Thailand Buddyfight page does not really tell you everything, and this was just the shops pretty much just like let you know. So for example, we pretty much know what's going to be the set one and the whole thing. It's going to basically be a re-B type of thing, which if you know, for those of you who don't know, again, I'm pretty much just like informing you all. Re-B were cards in Buddyfight which were pretty much just retrains of the original versions of specific cards. For example, you had Drumburger Dragon. Near the end of Buddyfight, they retrained the exact card, but it was known as a Re-B, which is it's the same card but it has different effects. You know, for Vanguard players, it's pretty much what happened with History Collection, with all the strides and the crit triggers and all that, right? Same is gonna happen with Danger World and, you know, Dragon World, which I don't know. So this is also another thing. They also leaked out sleeves, which is the 3 like kind of main original decks of the first era. The sleeve of the new Buddyfight, the new Buddyfight logo. More sleeves for the 3 worlds, which is probably going to be set 1 again, which is Dragon, Danger, and Magic. All makes sense. You're going to restart. You're going to restart from the start. And then also a little look at playmats that are going to come out too. So, you know, we have pretty much everything. There's like a little space right here. I don't know what that's going to be, but that's just kind of, you know, we got to wait for actual news on that. But, you know, they're all specialized based on which world they are, which I think they look pretty sweet. So, what does this actually mean for like any other format? Well, I think it means that if Buddyfight is popular enough in Thailand that it's effectively going to continue in a reboot style game, it potentially means that there is a chance that Buddyfight could come back if, you know, if Bushiroad is willing to, you know, kind of swallow some pride and bring it back. That's just kind of how it is. It has to be really, one, do well in Thailand with its reboot, and two, has to show overseas, and overseas, by overseas I mean outside of Thailand, like Japan, the US, Europe. It has to show a lot of, like, you know, people who are willing to actually play the game and actually show up, right? Because the whole thing is like, Bushiroad is not going to bring back Buddyfight just because Thailand said, you know, we're going to make Buddyfight again. They're not going to do that. What they're going to do is they're going to look at people who want to play, people who are buying products, people who are actually interested. If there's enough in an uproar, right? Like, there's not enough in an uproar, they might consider bringing Buddyfight back. Are they going to? That depends on how long Rebirth stays alive. But joking aside, it will take an effort from the Buddyfight community, if they so choose to bring back or want to bring back the game into, you know, a stable place, to actually put in effort and actually show, yo, we want to play the game. We want to continue to play the game. So with that, basically that's kind of it. Just a brand new update on the future of Card Buddyfight, no pun intended. It's been a while since we've done like a news video discussion or whatnot. It's been a lot of things, so, you know, just want to crank this out, talk about it, and just what could happen. So yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. If you would like more news on any trading card game such as Buddyfight or more, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.